Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Trending Again. In today's episode, we are going to be predicting our thoughts for the Grammys for 2024. I'm joined by Joja Salvia. He is a singer and artist, songwriter. He's done the theme for the Trending Again podcast as well as the outro. And do you want to say hi?
Hello.
Okay, so we're going to get straight into our Grammy predictions straight after the theme. Okay, so on the 2nd of February, the Grammys are going to be on this year's Grammys. So yeah, I've gone through and picked out my picks. But not only have I picked out my picks, I've also picked out who I think will actually win, and also the dark horse who may win. So yeah, let's get into this. Obviously, I'm going to leave like record of the year, album of the year, and all the big ones till last, song of the year. So yeah, but we'll start with Field 8, which is children's comedy, audio books, visual media, and music, video, and film. I actually didn't keep all of the categories either, so we're only going through ones we kind of care about or ones that I thought were interesting to have a guess at. So I didn't want to go through stuff we don't really know too much. But yeah, I thought for the first one, best comedy album, and the nominees for that category are I Wish You Would, Trevor Noah, I'm an Entertainer, Wanda Sykes, Selective Outrage, Chris Rock, Someone You Love, Sarah Silverman, What Is in a Name, Dave Chappelle, and Best Audio Book. Oh, hang on, that's another category, my bad. Okay, so for that, my pick is What's in a Name, Dave Chappelle. My dark horse is I Wish You Would by Trevor Noah. But who I think is going to win that actual category is Chris Rock, Selective Outrage. What do you pick out of those nominees?
I mean, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are always like usually on point with their comedy. So I feel like they won't really do too bad. I haven't really heard of Sarah Silverman or Wanda Sykes, so I don't know if I could really talk on that. Probably What in a Name by Dave Chappelle. Probably be the winner.
That's what I'm thinking as well. But I think that could be that Chris Rock may take it.
Yep.
So yeah, just so you know, so basically the red is my pick, green is who I think will actually win, and the pink is the dark horse.
Yep.
So that's the different highlights, because I've put the list together and then I've highlighted different colors for each thing. Anyway, next we got best audiobook narration and storytelling recording. First nominee is Boldly Go, Reflections on a Life of Awe and Wonder by William Shatner.
I've heard of William Shatner.
He's famous for Star Trek.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism by Senator Bernie Sanders.
The Senator of America, right?
Of America.
Or is it a state? I have no clue.
Yeah, he is the senator of a state, but he actually he was going to he tried to get the nomination over Hillary Clinton for president.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be nominated to run against Trump back in the day. But yeah, so yeah, I'm actually not sure what state he is the senator for, but yeah, he is the senator, obviously. All right, where are we going? I miss Big Tree by Meryl Streep as well, and we also have The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times by Michelle Obama. So for this one, I've picked Michelle Obama for The Light We Carry, Overcoming in Uncertain Times. The person who I think is going to win it is Meryl Streep for Big Tree. And a dark horse, Boldly Go Reflections on a Life of Awe and Wonder, William Shatner. Out of those, who do you think might take that out? Even though you obviously haven't listened to any of these books, just take a stab.
Well, knowing like kind of like the kick everyone's kind of been on with creative, kind of learning creative stuff, Rick Rubin kind of seems like he's in there, but I don't know if he'd win. And haven't really seen like any kind of book or something that Meryl Streep would write, so I don't know how she writes.
No, she's just a narrator.
Oh,
so
right.
You know how they had to do the audio books?
Yep.
Yeah, and narrate. So she's just, it's not her book. It's just narrating the book.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with like the Michelle Obama is winning. I feel like in there probably Rick Rubin.
True. Okay. For the next one, we have Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media. Okay, I'll go through what this means for the award. So the award to the principal artists and or in-studio producers of a majority of the tracks on the album in the absence of both. Award to the one or two individuals proactively responsible for the concept and musical direction of the album and for the selection of artists. Songs and producers as applicable. Award also goes to appropriately credited music supervisors. Okay, these are the nominees. Aurora, and that is Brandon Davis, Pete Ganbarg, I think that's how you say it, Joseph Kaburi, and Blake Mills. Compilation producers Frankie Pine, music supervisor Daisy Jones, and The Six. Barbie the Album by Brandon Davis, Mark Ronson, and Kevin Weiner. Kevin Weaver. Compilation producers George Draculius, music supervisor various artists. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, music from and inspired by Ryan Coogler, Archie Davies, and Ludwig Göransson. I'm probably murdering some of these names. Compilation producers Dave Jordan, music supervisor, various artists. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Awesome Mix Volume 3, Kevin Feige, James Gunn, and Dave Jordan. Compilation producers Dave Jordan, music supervisor. And that is also various artists. Weird Al Yankovic story, Leo Birnberg, Zach Robinson, and Al Yankovic. Compilation producers Susan Kaufman, music supervisor Weird Al Yankovic. Best score, that's it for that one. Sorry. All right. Out of those, my pick is Barbie, the album. The one who I think will probably win might be Guardians of the Galaxy. And the dark horse is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Again, I'd probably have to agree with that. Barbie was like a great film, and a lot of that was because of the music as well. And then Guardians of the Galaxy always has an amazing
Soundtrack.
Yeah,
that's.
amazing.
I was like, oh, this one's hard because even though I've put Guardians of the Galaxy as the one I think is going to win, I still think it's actually probably going to be Barbie. But I kind of like I can't just have Barbie for both. But I know how strong the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks are. So yeah, it's a tough one. But yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of really great nominees in all these categories this year.
Yeah, it's tough this year.
So, but last year when I did all the predictions, I got none right. So hopefully this year, fingers crossed, I get some right. Okay, best score soundtrack for visual media includes film and television. All right, so this award is award to composers for an original score created specifically for or as a companion to a current legitimate motion picture, television show, or series, or other visual media. The nominees are Barbie Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. Composers are Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Ludwig Göransson, composer. The Fabelmans, John Williams, composer. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, John Williams is the composer. Oppenheimer, Ludwig Göransson again, composer. Okay, so for this one, my choice is Barbie again. You're going to notice the theme throughout this whole nomination. The one who I think could probably win it will be Oppenheimer. And the dark horse I've got in there is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. But there could be a chance of John Williams because he is like one of the best composers in all of Hollywood. He basically did like Star Wars and a whole bunch of major motion pictures. So I wouldn't be surprised if he even takes home the win. But yeah, I'm going to stick with obviously Barbie for that one.
I'd probably have to go with it's tough. Yeah, probably Oppenheimer again.
You're going to go with
Yeah.
Oppenheimer for this one? Okay. Best score soundtrack for video games and other interactive media. Okay, so award to composers for an original score created specifically for or as a companion to video games and other interactive media. The nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is Sarah, however you say that name, Shashna, however you say it, God of War, Ragnarok, Bear McCreary, Hogwarts Legacy, Peter Murray, Jay Scott, Rakosi, and Chucky Myers. C. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Stephen Barton and Gordy Hub. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, Montani, Tripod, and Austin Wintory. Okay, for this one, I have got Hogwarts Legacy as my main pick. God of War Ragnarok is the one I think that's most likely going to win. And for a dark horse, I've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, well, Call of Duty always has like an amazing soundtrack and just always beautiful. God of War also has an amazing soundtrack. haven't played Hogwarts, so I don't know what the soundtrack for that is at all. And then anything with Star Wars is always beautiful. So probably have to go with. I'll probably say Star Wars for this one.
You're gonna go with Star Wars, okay? It's got a pretty good soundtrack as well. So it's like I said, it's a hard year. There's some really great nominations. Okay, best song written for visual media. A songwriter's award for a song, melody, and lyrics written specifically for a motion picture, television, video games, or other visual media, and released for the first time during the eligibility. My God. Eligibility. I can't even fucking say it. I give up. Artist names appear in parentheses, singles or tracks only. I'm getting a narrator one day. Barbie World from Barbie the album. Sorry, these are the nominees. Barbie World from Barbie the album. Naja Gatson, Ephraim Lewis Lopez Jr. and Onika Mirage. Songwriters Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice featuring Aqua. Dance the Night, also from Barbie the album. Caroline Aylin, Dua Lipa, and Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. Songwriters Dua Lipa. You've also got I'm Just Ken from Barbie the album by Mark Ronson, Andrew Wyatt. Songwriters Ryan Gosling. Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Music from inspired by Ryan Coogler, Ludwig Göransson, Robin Fenty, and Tamadale Apeni. Songwriters Rihanna. And What Was I Made For from Barbie the album, Billie Eilish O'Connell and Phineas O'Connell. Songwriters Billie Eilish. So for this one, I have picked What Was I Made For. I actually talked about how much I love this song in last week's episode. And yeah, so that is my obvious choice for this one. And nearly all the nominations except for Black Panther are all from Barbie. So Barbie's got like the biggest chance of winning this award and taking it home. The one that I think is going to win it is I'm Just Ken. Just because I think Billie is going to win in other categories for her song. So even though I've picked What Was I Made For, I do think that I'm Just Ken is more likely to take this award because this is the only award that it is nominated for. And the dark horse I've got is actually Lift Me Up from Black Panther. And I put that as the dark horse because I think it could be an upset for Barbie. Yeah. So what's your pick?
Well, What Was I Made For was like a very an emotional song and very relatable to probably like everyone. So it was very like beautifully written. Sounds amazing. There's really nothing that you can say that's bad about it.
Not only that, I feel like it's also very I feel like it's a cultural, what would you say, significantly cultural for women.
Yes.
As well, the song. Yeah, and Billie just like, there's just a whole nother layer to the song. Yeah. In Billie's writing, like, yeah. Like, you didn't come with me to see Barbie, but at the end of the movie, that song came on, and I was like, who is this? And I didn't realize it was Billie Eilish at first. I was like blown away. Like I know Billy anyway because bad guy and stuff. But yeah, it just wasn't something I was really expecting from her. But I've discovered quite a few songs that I haven't heard from her, like I'm Just Older. Because Adam Lambert did a cover of that, and then I actually reacted to that on my channel. So, but yeah, she's got some deep songs, but this is probably one of the deepest she's ever written.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you've gone for What Was I Made For as well?
Yep, and definitely either close behind or also it definitely I'm Just Ken, because I feel like most guys could relate to that. So it's very beautifully written, while also still having an element of, what's the word? Kind of like, I guess a little bit of comedy.
Yeah.
So while being relatable and kind of having a bit of a sadder meaning to it, it makes light out of that.
Yeah, it's, Ryan Gosling was my favorite part of the whole movie. I loved Ryan Gosling. But yeah, I still think that What Was I Made For is just the cultural significance of the song. And yeah, I watched her perform it at two festivals. One was Reading Festival, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But anyway, just the crowd's reaction to that song, super powerful. Like girls bawling their eyes out. Like, yeah, you guys will see. There's an overall theme of this episode. Okay, best music video. Award to the artist, video director, and video producer. The nominees are I'm Only Sleeping, The Beatles. In Your Love, Tyler Childers. Is it Tyler Childers or
I'm
Tyler
pretty sure it's
Childers? Childers. What Was I Made For? Billie Eilish. Count Me Out, Kendrick Lamar. And Rush, Troye Sivan. So my pick for this one is What Was I Made For again? Surprise, surprise. By Billie Eilish. The person or band that I think could win it is I'm Only Sleeping, The Beatles. And the dark horse I've got is actually Rush by Troye Sivan. I was actually tossing up for this one. I didn't just go straight to Troye Sivan. I was tossing up between him and Kendrick Lamar, because I think Kendrick Lamar could win that because he is known for his artistry in music videos as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that one would be tough. Like, I mean, the Beatles have always everything they do is amazing, and Tyler Childers is super creative and just a genius. Billie Eilish was obviously an amazing music video, and again, everything about that was perfect. Kendrick Lamar's always done everything great, and Troye Sivan, so I don't know who to pick from that one because they're all very good.
Yeah, it's a tough one, that one.
Probably out of all of them, either Kendrick Lamar or maybe Billie Eilish.
Two strong picks. Have to wait and find out on the show. All right, best music film. Moonage Daydream is the first nominee. David Bowie. How I'm Feeling Now, Lewis Capaldi. Live from Paris, The Big Steppers Tour, Kendrick Lamar. I Am Everything, Little Richard. And Dear Mama, Tupac Shakur. For this one, my pick is How I'm Feeling Now, Lewis Capaldi. The person that I think could win it is Live from Paris, The Big Steppers Tour, Kendrick Lamar. And the dark horse I've got, Dear Mama, Tupac Shakur.
I haven't. The only one I've watched for this one is How I'm Feeling Now. which was
Lost Capaldi, yeah.
yeah, really good film. But that one's tough. It's a lot of
well-known ones.
Yeah.
I do think that it's going to be Lost Capaldi, just his story and he's had so much amazing success. I actually seen a TikTok of him because he has is it autism or something?
Tourette's.
Tourette's. Yeah. And he got like real shaky at a music festival. I think this happened a while ago.
Yeah.
It's not new. But yeah, he started shaking and the whole crowd just started singing.
Yeah.
While he was having what do you call them? They're
I don't know what you would call it. But yeah, definitely has like a really good message behind it. But a lot of those other artists are very good too.
yeah. Tick. Righto. Yeah, he had a tick, and the crowd just started singing the song while he was basically shaking and stuff. So yeah, pretty sad, but an amazing story.
Yeah.
Okay, Field 5, country and American roots music. I know how much you love the country genre. So, for the first category, we have Best Country Solo Performance. And the nominees are In Your Love, Tyler Childers, Buried, Brandy Clark, Fast Car by Luke Combs, The Last Thing on My Mind, Dolly Parton, and White Horse by Chris Stapleton. For this, my pick is Chris Stapleton, White Horse. Who I think is going to actually win is Dolly Parton, The Last Thing on My Mind. But the dark horse, I've got Luke Combs with Fast Car. The reason I didn't put Fast Car and Luke Combs is because it was a bit controversial because he's done the Tracy Chapman song. So, yeah, there's a bit of controversy around it. So, yeah. But there is a chance that he could win it. But, yeah, what's your thoughts?
I don't really know too much of like Brandy Clark or is it Chris Stapleton?
Yeah, Chris Stapleton. Yeah.
But Dolly Parton's always been an amazing performer, and Tyler Childers is a really good one. Haven't really seen Luke Combs perform, but I know that he's like a great artist. But I'd probably have to say Dolly Parton, like she's the safest pick, and for probably like a close maybe Tyler Childers for me. Like what I'd think.
So Chris Stapleton sings Tennessee Whiskey.
Yep.
Yeah. He's okay. Best country duo group performance. We have High Note by Dierks Bentley featuring Billy Strings. Nobody, Brothers Osborne. I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. Kissing Your Picture Is So Cold, Vince Gill and Paul Franklin. Save Me, Jelly Roll with Lainey Wilson. And We Don't Fight Anymore, Carly Pearce featuring Chris Stapleton. So for this, I've picked I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. Zach Bryan sings Something in the Orange.
Yep.
You know that song. My dark horse is Jelly Roll, Save Me, with Lainey Wilson. And who I think will probably end up winning it is Carly Pearce and Chris Stapleton. Got any?
I'd probably have to. One of my favorite songs out of this year was probably "I Remember Everything" because it was just a great song and had a really cool message behind it. And Zach Bryan's always been a very good performer. Definitely makes you feel a part of it.
He's a great storyteller too.
Yeah. So probably
Very gifted lyricist.
Yep. I'd probably go with that one.
I think that's a pretty strong bet. To be honest, best country song. I've got Buried by Brandy Clark and Jessie J. Dillon. I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan and Casey Musgraves. In Your Love, Tyler Childers and Gino Seal. Last Night, John Byron, Ashley Gorky, Jacob Kasha Hinden, and Ryan Votasak. However you say it. And White Horse, Chris Stapleton and Dan Wilson. For this one, I have picked White Horse again by Chris Stapleton. Who I think could win this is In Your Love, Tyler Childers and Gino Seal. And the dark horse I've got is I Remember Everything, Zach Bryan and Casey Musgraves. The only reason I actually put them as dark horses because I think they're going to win that other award. So,
yeah. Well, Tyler Childers, as I said, is an amazing storyteller and artist, and overall very good. But as I said, my favorite song is definitely I Remember Everything, so I'd have to go with that one again.
Too easy. Yeah, I think it's got a very good chance of winning either of those awards. I don't see it winning both, but you never know.
Yeah.
Very, very possible. Okay, best country album we've got Rolling Up the Welcome Mat by Kelsey Ballerini, Brothers Osborne by Brothers Osborne, Zach Bryan by Zach Bryan, Rustin in the Rain, Tyler Childers, Bell Bottom Country, Lainey Wilson. For this one, I've picked Zach Bryan. The one that I think will most likely win it is Rustin in the Rain, Tyler Childers. And the dark horse I've got is Rolling Up the Welcome Mat by Kelsey Ballerini.
I would say Zach Bryan for this one, but there's just a few songs on there that don't feel like it would win the whole album as an award, whereas Tyler Childers' one was very good.
From start to finish.
Yeah, I couldn't name really one bad song, so I'd probably have to go with Rustin in the Rain.
Perfect. All right, best American Roots performance: Butterfly by John Batiste. Butterfly by John Batiste. Heaven Help Us All by the Blind Boys of Alabama. Inventing the Wheel, Madison Cunningham. You Louisiana Man, Rihanna Giddens. Eve Was Black, Alison Russell. For this one, I picked Butterfly, John Batiste. And for the dark horse, I put Inventing the Wheel, Madison Cunningham. I didn't actually pick one that I think would win for this one because I think it's going to be Butterfly by John Batiste. So I didn't highlight one green for this one.
I don't actually know any of them, so I don't know if I can really comment on that.
Yeah, John Batiste was he won quite a few last year. So yeah. Okay, best Americana performance. Friendship, The Blind Boys of Alabama. Help Me Make It Through the Night, Tyler Childers. Dear Insecurity, Brandy Clark, featuring Brandy Carlisle. King of Oklahoma, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit, and the returner, Alison Russell. I'm going to go for Tyler Childers in this one.
I don't really know any of the other ones, so probably that just goes the same.
Best American Root Song. Blank Page, Michael Trotter Jr. and Tanya Trotter. The War and Treaty, which is banned. I actually had a bit of listen to them today because they are nominated for Best New Artist. So I had to go and listen to all the songs to, some you'll know. But yeah, I wasn't real sure on them, so I went and had a listen to their song. Okay. California Sober, Aaron Allen, William Apostol, and John Wiesberger. Songwriters Billy Strings featuring Willie Nelson. Cast Iron Skillet, Jason Isbell, songwriter Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit, and Deer Insecurity, Brandy Clark, and Michael Pollock, songwriters Brandy Clark featuring Brandy Carlisle. So for this one, I've picked Deer Insecurity, Brandy Clark, and Michael Pollock. The one that I think's probably going to win is California Sober, Willie Nelson and Billy Strings. And Blank Page is my dark horse, Michael Trotter and Tanya Trotter.
Don't really know any of them, but I do know Willie Nelson. I know that he has always. It's good.
He's been around a long, long time.
Yeah. So I don't really know too much about any of them, so I don't really know.
So you want to skip that one?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Best Americana album, Brandy Clark. The Chicago Sessions, Rodney Crowell. You Are the One, Rihanna Giddens. Weather Vanes, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. The Returner, Alison Russell. For this one, I've picked Brandy Clark, and my dark horse is the Returner, Alison Russell. Do you want to pick one for that?
Yeah, I'd probably have to skip that one again.
Best Bluegrass Album, Radio John, Songs of John Hartford, Sam Bush. Lovin' of the Game, Michael Cleveland. Mighty Poplar, and Bluegrass by Willie Nelson. For this one, I've picked Willie Nelson, Bluegrass. Don't have one to add to that.
No.
Oh, I missed two. Also nominated in that last category for the Bluegrass is Me and Dad, Billy Strings, and City of Gold, Molly Turtle and the Golden Highway. I've got Me and Dad, Billy Strings as my dark horse for that one. Best folk album, they've got the nominees are Traveling Wildfire by Don Flemons, I Only See the Moon, the Milk Carton Kids, Joni Mitchell at Newport, Celebrants, Nickel Creek, Jubilee, Old Crow Medicine Show, Seven Psalms, Paul Simon, and Folkocracy, Rufus Wainwright. So for this one, I've picked Joni Mitchell. She's a really well-known folk artist. My dark horse is Traveling Wildfire by Don Flemons. But the person that I think is going to win, who is also pretty well-known is Paul Simon, Seven Psalms. You don't have any pick for that one? Or
I'd probably put, because I've heard a few songs off of it, Traveling Wildfire. Probably pick that one.
Best Regional Roots Music Album. Okay, the nominees are New Beginnings, Buckwheat, Zydeco Jr., and the legendary, what's that? JJ's Sont Partis Band. Live at the 2023 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, Dwayne Dopsy and the Zydeco Hellraisers. Live, Orpheum Theatre Nola. Wonder if it's live or live. Anyway, they sing Lightning Crashes. Made in New Orleans, New Breed Brass Band, Too Much to Hold New Orleans Nightcrawlers, and live at the Maple Leaf, The Rumble featuring Chief Joseph Budarix Jr. For that one, I've picked Too Much to Hold New Orleans Nightcrawlers.
Right, no comment on that one.
Going to skip that one. Perfect. All right. Field for Jazz, Traditional, Pop, Contemporary, Instrumental, and Musical Theatre. I only picked a few categories from this one. So, Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. The nominees are To Steve with Love, Liz Calloway celebrates Sodium, Liz Calloway. Pieces of Treasure, Ricky Lee Jones. Bewitched by Laufey, Holidays Around the World, Pentatonics, and Only the Strong Survive, Bruce Springsteen. For my pick for this one, I've got Holidays Around the World, Pentatonics, obviously, because best vocals.
Yep.
The one that I think could more likely win it is Bruce Springsteen for Only the Strong Survive, and for the dark horse I put Bewitched, Laufey.
I mean, Pentatonics, entirely what they're known for is vocals. So, I mean, I feel like that's a definitely like
A
close win.
Locked in? Yeah, I think they're going to got that one pretty much locked in for this award.
Yeah.
But hey, you never know.
Yeah. I definitely feel like, I think it's Laufey, because I've listened to quite a bit of her stuff, and she's definitely up there as well. So, one of those two, in my opinion.
Perfect. Okay, best musical theatre album. First we have Kimberly Akimbo, Victoria Clark, principal vocalist John Clancy David Stone, and Janine Tesori, producers Janine Tesori, composer David Lindsay, a hair lyricist. Original Broadway cast: Parade, Michaela Diamond, Alex Joseph Grayson, Jake Peterson, and Ben Platt. Principal vocalist Jason Robert Brown and Jeffrey Lesser. Producers John Robert Brown, composer and lyricist. 2023 Broadway cast: Shocked, John Bellman, Andrew Durand, Caroline Inabishla, and Alex Newell. Principal vocalist Brandy Clark, Jason Howland, Shane McAnally, and Billy J. Stain. Producers Brandy Clark and Shane McAnally. Composers, lyricist. Original Broadway cast: Some Like It Hot, Christian Paul J, Harrison Gee, Adriana Hicks, and Natasha Yvette Williams. Principal vocalist Mary Mitchell Campbell, Brian Carter, Scott M. Reaset, Charlie Roden, and Mark Shaman. Producers Scott Whitman, lyricist Mark Shaman, and composer and lyricist. Original Broadway cast: Sweeney Todd is the last nomination. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, Annalie Ashford, and Josh Groban. Principal vocalist Tom Carl, Kale, and Alex Lackamore. Producers Stephen Sadim. I really don't relish having to get up there and pronounce these names. Thank God I'm not an award presenter. Oh boy. Stephen Sadim, composer and lyricist, and 2023 Broadway cast. Okay, for this I've picked Parade. My one I think that'll win is Sweeney Todd. The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and the dark horse I've got is Shocked.
I don't really know any of them, so no comment on that one.
All good. R&B, rap, and spoken word poetry. I think I did get rid of some of this one as well. Okay, best R&B performance: Summer Too Hot, Chris Brown, Back to Love, Robert Glasper, featuring Sir and Alex Isley. ICU, Coco Jones. All right. How Does It Make You Feel? Victoria Monet. Is that how you say it, Monet?
I've got no clue who they are.
And Kill Bill by SZA. Okay. So for this one, I've picked ICU by Coco Jones. The one that I think is most likely to win is Kill Bill SZA. And the dark horse I've got is How Does It Make You Feel? Victoria Monet.
I don't really listen to R&B, so all I really know is Kill Bill, but I haven't actually seen anything on it, really.
All right. 20. Best traditional R&B performance. Simple by Babyface featuring Coco Jones. Lucky by Kenyon Dixon. Hollywood by Victoria Monet. featuring Earth, Wind and Fire and Hazel Monet. Good Morning, PJ Morton featuring Susan Carroll, and Love Language by SZA. For this one, I've picked Love Language by SZA, and my dark horse is Simple Babyface featuring Coco Jones. The one that I think could also possibly win is Hollywood by Victoria Monet, featuring Earth, Wind and Fire and Hazel Monet. Do you want to have a guess or nah? Keep going. Best R&B song, we have Angel by Halle Bailey, Back to Love, Daryl Andrew Farris, Riley Glasper and Robert Glasper and Alexandra Isley. I See You, On My Mama, and Snooze by SZA. On My Mama is by Victoria Monet, and I See You is by Coco Jones. For that category, I've picked I See You by Coco Jones. I've actually heard the songs, so
Yep.
she's really, really good. And so is Victoria Monet. It's actually going to be hard to pick out of those two. But yeah, I'll show you them later. Yeah, and then the one that I think could possibly win, I think, did I say that? On My Mama by Victoria Monet. But my dark horse is Halle Bailey, the new Little Mermaid.
Yep.
Yeah. Best progressive R&B album, we've got the nominees are Since I Have a Lover, Slack. Do you think that's how you actually say it?
I'm pretty sure it's black. I know I say it like black.
Just because it's got like 6.
Yeah.
So I thought it might be like Slack, but anyway. Six Slack, we'll call it. 6 Slack. But it's probably like some really clever name. Or they've changed it.
Well, if you know who like that David one is, I think it's like D4, or it's like DA4D or something. At first we thought it was like dead or something, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's David, and then we just looked it up, and yeah, it's David. So some of them are just.
Yeah, it could be black. Maybe. I don't know. The Love album, Off the Grid, Diddy, Nova, Terrace Martin, and James Fauntleroy. The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monáe. And SOS by SZA. I went for SZA in this one. That's my pick. And the dark horse I've got there is The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monáe. She's another great artist, because I wasn't real sure on the other ones except for Diddy.
Yep.
Best R&B album, the nominees are Girls Night Out, Babyface. He's great. What I Didn't Tell You, Coco Jones. Special Occasion, Emily King. Jaguar 2, Victoria Monet. Clear 2, Soft Life EP, Summer Walker. Okay, for this one, I picked Jaguar 2, Victoria Monet. Who I think will most likely win it is Coco Jones for What I Didn't Tell You. And my dark horse is Clear 2, Soft Life EP, Summer Walker. Okay, best rap performance. We have the Hillbillies, Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar, Love Letter, Black Thought, Rich Flex, Drake and 21 Savage, Scientists and Engineers, Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane, Plays by Coi Leray. So for this one, I've picked the Hillbillies, Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar. The one who I think will most likely win it is Rich Flex, Drake, and 21 Savage. But my dark horse is Scientists and Engineers, Mike King featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane.
I'd go with either the Hillbillies or maybe Love Letter.
Black Thought?
Yep.
I actually haven't heard that one, so yeah. For best melodic rap performance, Sitting on top of the world, Burna Boy featuring 21 Savage. Attention, Doja Cat. Spin 'Bout You, Drake and 21 Savage. All My Life, Lil Durk featuring J. Cole. And Low by SZA. I've picked Low by SZA for this one. The person who I think will most likely win it is Attention, Doja Cat. And Sitting on Top of the World, Burna Boy featuring 21 Savage is my dark horse.
SZA's been doing like great this year, so
yeah, that's why I picked her a lot.
Everything she's been doing has been going like amazing.
It's going off.
But Attention's like what got me into like actually trying to see what Doja Cat does, because like I used to just ignore everything, and then I saw that song and I was like, geez, it's actually really good. And then so I feel like it's a very close toss-up between Attention and Low. But I feel like Sitting on Top of the World could be very close to those.
Yeah, it's there's just another category that's it's just another category that's filled with so many good songs and artists. Okay, we have Best Rap Song. Barbie World from Barbie the Album. Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice featuring Aqua. Just Wanna Rock, Muhammad, Lil Uzi Vert. Rich Flex, Drake and 21 Savage. Scientists and Engineers, Killer Mike featuring Andre 3000, Future and Aaron Allen Kane. For this one, my pick is Rich Flex by Drake and 21 Savage. Scientists and Engineers is who I think is most likely going to win, just because it's got Andre 3000, who is from Outkast. Yep. And my dark horse is, of course, Barbie, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice. The only reason I don't think they're going to win is because there's some stronger songs.
Yeah.
But yeah. I went past it for Barbie winning this either Barbie World.
Yeah. Rich Flex, I feel like it was, compared to what Drake and 21 Savage have done before, definitely not like, I wouldn't say that it's even close to their best work. So I probably wouldn't put that on there. Barbie just was like a very all-around good film. So I could see that being up there, but I don't know about it. And Lil Uzi Vert just, I feel like he's starting to like change the like rap genre and like is influencing it the most at the moment. So I'd probably put Just Wanna Rock.
Cool. That's actually good insight there. Because I don't know enough about Lil Uzi Vert. That's why I actually haven't put it there. Know who we kind of skipped over though, that we just said was really good, is Attention, Doja Cat.
Yeah.
So it's another one that's like got a whole bunch of really good song nominees.
Yeah.
Best rap album, we have Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage, Michael Killer Mike, Heroes and Villains, Metro Boomin, and King's Disease 3 by Nas. For this, my pick is Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage, and my dark horse is King's Disease 3 Nas. But I've missed one. There's also Utopia Travis Scott, which is the one that I think is most likely going to win.
Yeah. I feel like I haven't really listened to King's Disease, but I've definitely listened to Nas. So I feel like just but going off of the songs that I've listened to him from, could definitely be up there. But Travis Scott's Utopia, like, it's definitely like one of the most what's the word, creative and all around, like, there's no like bad songs on that album in my opinion. So I'd probably put Utopia as like number one, definitely. But King's Disease, I wouldn't be surprised if it.
Yeah, it's my dark horse. I've got Utopia, thinking it's gonna actually win, but I put Drake and 21 Savage as my pick just because
Drake's always just.
I'm more familiar with them. But I've heard of Travis Scott,
Yeah.
and I've heard of Nas. I don't listen to them that much. I don't even really listen to Drake and 21 Savage that much. But yeah, they're just. But yeah, I do know that Travis Scott is very influential, and that's why I think he's going to win the award. But yeah, my actual pick was obviously Drake. So
yeah, I'd definitely go like Utopia was definitely like 2005 to 2012 Kanye West, like definitely like some of the prime Kanye West. That's what kind of like feels I was getting from that album. And it just felt like that was his turnaround point to where he went from being like a really good rapper to being like a complete musical genius. So I'd definitely put that one.
He went to being a rap god?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. We're getting into rock, metal, and alternative music. Now, alternative is probably more your actual genre that you listen to the most. So you'll probably have some pretty good insight on these ones. All right. Best rock performance. We have... The nominees are Sculptures of Anything Goes, Arctic Monkeys, More Than a Love Song, Black Pumas, Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius, Rescued, Foo Fighters, Lux Eterna, Metallica. So for this one, I've picked Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius, and I've the one that I think will win is Sculptures of Anything Goes, Arctic Monkeys. But I've got two dark horses for this one. Rescued by Foo Fighters and Lux Eterna by Metallica. I couldn't choose between them because they're both great legendary rock bands, so that was pretty hard. But my actual choice, so for me to get the point, for me to pass, I actually have to go with the one highlighted in red. So that is Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius. So if they win, I get a point. Doesn't matter what I put for the others. Even if like Arctic Monkeys win, I don't get a point because that wasn't my pick.
I mean, Arctic Monkeys, like, everything they do is just very...
Legendary?
Yeah, legendary, completely.
Phenomenal.
And Boy Genius, I love Boy Genius, they're great. Foo Fighters, obviously, there's no words to even say about them, they're amazing. And Metallica's just... Again, legendary, so it's definitely very hard. I don't really know anything about the Black Pumas, but...
Yep, same.
I'd probably pick either Boy Genius or maybe... I'd probably do Foo Fighters too. So I'll more strongly go on Foo Fighters side, but I think...
Okay, best metal performance. We have Bad Man by Disturbed, Phantom of the Opera, Ghost, Seasons, Metallica, Hive Mind, Slipknot, and Jaded by Spirit Box. For this one, my choice is 72 Seasons by Metallica. The one that I think is very likely more to win is Hive Mind by Slipknot. And my dark horse is Bad Man Disturbed.
Out of all of them, I'd probably go with Phantom of the Opera. I don't really know too much about the other ones, but I've listened to them enough to where I feel like possibly Phantom of the Opera.
By Ghost?
Yep.
Okay, best rock song. We have got the nominees are Angry, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Andrew White. I'm just gonna go. The nominees are Angry, The Rolling Stones, Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, Olivia Rodrigo, Emotion Sickness, Queens of the Stone Age, Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius, and Rescued, Foo Fighters. So for this one, my pick is Angry, The Rolling Stones. The one I think that will most likely win it is Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius. And my dark horse, I've got Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, well, definitely like very good picks there. Like Olivia Rodrigo and Boy Genius have been killing it.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
great.
She's nominated for so much stuff. And spoiler warning, I haven't picked her for any of the other categories. Even though her new album is great and her first album was just as incredible. She is like such an amazing artist, but there's so many good artists nominated in the main categories.
Yeah.
Like you got no idea.
I'd probably, that is very tough. Probably not strong enough, I'd go with. But close behind. Yeah, probably not strong enough.
Best rock album, we've got But We Are, Here We Are, Foo Fighters, Starcatcher, Greta Van Fleet, 72 Seasons, Metallica, This Is Why, Paramore, End Times, New Roman, Queens of the Stone Age. So for this one, my pick is This Is Why by Paramore. The one that I think will most likely win is 72 Seasons by Metallica, just because they're a legendary band. And my dark horse is But Here We Are, Foo Fighters, also just because they're a legendary band. I know Greta Van Fleet as well. They are amazing, but yeah, I just feel like Queens of the Stone Age, like they're another great band as well. But yeah, I've given it to Paramore for this one, and I think that Foo Fighters or Metallica are more likely to take it at home if it's not Paramore.
I would say Paramore as well. But it's just when they're on like a list with Greta Van Fleet and Foo Fighters, as amazing and like great as they are, I feel like a lot of it can't like match up with Greta Van Fleet and Foo Fighters. Not too much of a Metallica fan just because I don't listen to it and don't find myself listening to it. It's hard toss up between Foo Fighters and Greta Van Fleet.
If you had to pick one, which one would it be?
Just off the top of my head, probably Greta Van Fleet, but definitely like close behind Foo Fighters.
All right. Best alternative music performance. We have Belinda Says, what is that? Alves. I don't know what that's meant to be. Alves. Body Paint, Arctic Monkeys, Cool About It, Boy Genius, A&W, Lana Del Rey, This Is Why, Paramore. Once again, I've picked Paramore for this one, but there's a lot of great picks again. The one that I think that is more likely to win it is once again Boy Genius, Cool About It, because as you say, they have been absolutely killing it. But like Lana Del Rey is nothing to sneeze at either. It's very possible, but I went for Paramore for this one as well, just because they're such an amazing band to me.
Yep. In
my opinion, and I think that it would be well deserved. But I wouldn't be upset.
Yep.
If any of the others win.
I don't really know the first one. So
yeah, me neither. Yeah.
But I feel like, did Body Paint come out this year or was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Arctic Monkeys just in the past maybe 2 years hasn't been as good as some of their later stuff. And just,
earlier stuff?
Yeah, earlier stuff, that's what I mean. But I mean, Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey and Paramore are all very hard to choose between. I don't know, that's tough. Might go with Lana Del Rey for this one, and like a close behind maybe Boy Genius.
Yeah, Lana Del Rey is another one that's so good, but I haven't picked her for anything. Even though she's amazing. I hope she does win, but yeah, my pick was This Is Why, Paramore. All right. Best alternative music album, The Color Arctic Monkeys, the record Boy Genius. Did you know that there's a tunnel under the Ocean Boulevard, Lana Del Rey, Cracker Island Gorillas, and I Inside the Old Year Dying, PJ Harvey. My pick for this one is The Car Arctic Monkeys. The one that I think is most likely going to win it is the record Boy Genius. And my dark horse is Cracker Island Gorillas. I actually probably should have picked Lana Del Rey for that one, but anyway.
I'd probably go with Lana Del Rey again for that one. And again, just Boy Genius close behind.
Best pop solo performance. Now we're getting into some of the main stuff. Best pop solo performance. We have the nominees are Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Paint the Town Red, Doja Cat. What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish. Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo. And Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift. Alright, for my best pop solo performance pick, I have, you guessed it, What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. I think she's going to sweep a lot of this year just from that song. Who I think will probably win it is Paint the Town Red, Doja Cat. And I've actually got two dark horses for this one because I couldn't choose, and that's Flowers by Miley Cyrus and Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. And like Taylor Swift's nothing to sneeze at either after the year she's had, like becoming $1 billion tour artist. So, but yeah, I had to give it to Billy for this one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm probably tossing up with Anti-Hero, Vampire, and What Was I Made For? Anti-Hero was like great, but I might go with Anti-Hero. Yeah, I'll go with Anti-Hero.
All right. Okay, best pop duo group performance. We have 1,000 Miles by Miley Cyrus featuring Brandi Carlile. Candy Necklace, Lana Del Rey featuring John Batiste. Never Felt So Alone, Labyrinth featuring Billie Eilish. Karma, Taylor Swift featuring Ice Spice. Ghost in the Machine, SZA and Phoebe Bridgers. Okay, for this one, I have picked 1,000 Miles by Miley Cyrus featuring Brandi Carlile. I actually went and listened to all these songs, and that was just my favorite. The favorite one out of all the ones that I heard. My dark horse has Never Felt So Alone, Labyrinth featuring Billie Eilish. I actually didn't really like the duo, but I think that others will and the critics will. So I've got her as a dark horse. But who I think is going to win it is Ghost in the Machine, SZA, and Phoebe Bridgers, just because of how amazing the song did. So, whereas I didn't really hear much of the Miley Cyrus and Brandi Carlile one, like radio-wise. But it is my pick because it was the one I liked the most when I listened to them today.
Well, SZA and Phoebe Bridgers are both amazing, like performers and singers, and overall they're both really good. But the Never Felt So Alone performance was just like, it was very emotional, and I could like feel how they were feeling while they were performing it, which I feel like is the key to a good performance. So I'd probably do Never Felt So Alone with Ghost in the Machine very close to that.
Yeah, I do think that the Billie Eilish and Labyrinth one, that's why it's my dark horse pick, but I had to go with 1,000 Miles by Miley and Brandi Carlile. All right, best pop vocal album. We have Chemistry, Kelly Clarkson. Endless Summer Vacation, Miley Cyrus. Guts, Olivia Rodrigo. Subtract, Ed Sheeran, and Midnight's Taylor Swift. For this one, I've picked Kelly Clarkson. That says best pop vocal album. Kelly Clarkson is one of the best vocalists on the planet to me. So I had to go with Kelly Clarkson for this particular category. But the others have amazing songs on their albums too. Like, they're all very strong candidates. The one that I think that will win is Midnight's Taylor Swift, just because of the amazing year she's had. And my dark horse is Ed Sheeran. Subtract.
What I'd say probably Guts and Midnight. So Olivia Rodrigo or Taylor Swift. I'm leaning towards more Taylor Swift just because it's Taylor Swift. In my opinion, I'd probably pick Olivia Rodrigo. But I'll say Taylor Swift just because it's Taylor Swift.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't, like... I wouldn't put Olivia Rodrigo so bad, but just, like, for me...
Yeah, gotta do what you think.
I just thought the others were stronger. I really wouldn't have put Miley as well, and I don't think I've picked her for... All right. Best Pop Dance Recording, Baby Don't Hurt Me, David Guetta, Anne-Marie, and Coi Leray. Miracle, Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. Padam Padam, Kylie Minogue. 1 in a Million, BB Rexa and David Guetta. Rush by Troye Sivan. And my pick for this one is Baby Don't Hurt Me, David Guetta and Anne-Marie and Coi Leray. The dark horse I've got is Miracle by Calvin Harris and Ellie Goulding. And the one that I think could win is Rush by Troye Sivan.
I definitely have to go with like Rush for Troye Sivan because it's to me the most memorable and also like for me I feel like it's the catchiest and I could easily dance to that and sing along to it and stuff. So I'd probably go with Rush.
Perfect. All right. Best Dance Electronic Album, we have Playing Robots into Heaven, James Blake. For That Beautiful Feeling, the Chemical Brothers. Actual Life 3, Fred Again. KX5, K times 5, I think it actually is, by K times 5. And Quest for Fire, Skrillex. For this one, I've picked Playing Robots into Heaven, James Blake. The one that I think will win is Actual Life 3, Fred Again. And Quest for Love, Skrillex is my dark horse for that category.
I don't think I can comment on that. I don't really know any of them.
Okay, cool. Okay, we've got Producer of the Year. We have Jack Antonoff, Hit Boy, Metro Boomin, and for that one I've picked Jack Antonoff. Are you familiar with any of those producers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the one that's made the most hits this year and like done the best this year is Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, I know. That's why I picked.
He's been doing crazy this year, but Metro Boomin, I just prefer the sound of, but that's just coming from someone who enjoys more rap and kind of like prefers just that kind of music. But for how well Jack Antonoff is doing, go with him.
Okay, best new artist. This category recognises an artist whose eligibility year releases achieved a breakthrough into the public consciousness and notability impacted the musical landscape. We have Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Coco Jones, Noah Kahan, Victoria Monet, and The Warren. For this one, I picked Gracie Abrams. My dark horses are Ice Spice and Jelly Roll, but the one that I think will most likely win is Victoria Monet, and I don't think you've heard of any of them, have you? Besides,
No, I've heard of them. I'd probably go with there's one. It's like 4 people I'm thinking of. Fred Again, I like, but Ice Spice has been obviously doing great this year. But I don't think it's a bit of a brave opinion, but I don't think she's really changing too much of the music industry or being too what's the word
influential.
Yeah, being too influential. I feel like she's doing a lot of the same music as a lot of other people. So I wouldn't say that she is the best new artist, but I feel like if they're trying to go for the popular opinion, then yeah. But Jelly Roll has been doing like amazing, and I feel like he could be a definite like strong contender. And Victoria Monet, she is just all over the awards. towards the start of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's definitely like a very strong
Candidate.
Yeah, you could definitely, because they're clearly already like looking at her and thinking of her. So I feel like
Her voice is amazing.
yeah. So I feel like
I haven't heard all her music, but the little bit that I went and listened to today, because I didn't know any of these artists, I had to go. I'm like, I need to go listen to some of their songs. So, Jelly Roll I was familiar with from TikTok.
Yeah.
But Coco Jones is actually a really good vocalist as well. She could come out of left field. I haven't put her down as any of the I haven't put her down as the dark horse or anything, but she is another one that could possibly win this category. But yeah, I had to go for Gracie Abrams just because when I went and listened to her, I was like, oh, her vocals were phenomenal, and yeah. But all right, let's move on to Song of the Year. So the nominees are A&W, Jack Antonoff, Lana Del Rey, and Sam Dew. Anti-Hero, Jack Antonoff and Taylor Swift. Butterfly, John Batiste and Dan Wilson. Dance the Night from Barbie the Album, Caroline Aylan, Dua Lipa and Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt. Flowers, Miley Cyrus, Gregory Aldehane and Michael Polak. Kill Bill, Rob Beazle, Carter Lang and Solana Rowe, SZA. And Vampire Daniel. I don't even want to say that. Daniel and Olivia Rodrigo. Yeah, for this one, my pick was and What Was I Made For from Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell. Yeah, my pick was What Was I Made For? Once again, common theme going through this this here Grammy Award prediction. The dark horse I've got is, I said I didn't put her for anything, but apparently I did. Flowers, she's my dark horse, Miley Cyrus, for this category. And the one I think that could win it is Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift, once again, just because of the year she's had. And yeah, that song was everywhere as well.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't really go on popularity, I don't think. So
I feel like, I mean, I'd probably put out Anti-Hero and What Was I Made For, but if you look at like a lot of people's opinions on Anti-Hero, they actually don't like it as much as other work that Taylor Swift has done. So I feel like while it's good, Taylor Swift could do way better. So I feel like it would have to be What Was I Made For, and especially because like it's all over your list. It's not going to completely be all over anything if it's not good and not a strong contender. So I'd probably go with What Was I Made For.
all right. Moving up. We have Album of the Year. We have World Music Radio, John Batiste. The Record, Boy Genius. Endless Summer Vacation, Miley Cyrus. Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under the Ocean Boulevard, Lana Del Rey. The Age of Pleasure, Janelle Monáe. Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. And Midnight's Taylor Swift. For this one, my pick was Midnight's by Taylor Swift. Once again, just because of the year she's had, there's some great songs on that album, obviously. My dark horse is Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. She's once again just proved she can smash out an amazing album. I really want to put Miley for this one too. Her album, to me, is really good. But the one that I think that's going to win is World Music Radio, John Batiste, just because he did so well last year in the awards, but I actually don't listen to him that much. So, but yeah, my pick for that was, again, Midnight's Taylor Swift.
I'd probably go for Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? I feel like, yeah, So the name John Batiste could be close to that, or could win. But in my opinion, I'd go with a Lana Del Rey one.
And to close us out, the big one, record of the year, Worship, John Batiste, Not Strong Enough, Boy Genius, What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish, On My Mama, Victoria Monet, Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo, and Anti-Hero by Taylor Swift, and Kill Bill by SZA. For this one, I have picked once again What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish. As I said before, I just feel like it's just a cultural, I don't know, it's just a significant song, just like watching the way girls react to it. And also other artists. She did a round table with some other songwriters, and they were just gushing over this song. It's just come from, I think it's probably feels like her rawest song that she's probably ever released as well, in a strange way. But yeah, I just, I had to pick What Was I Made For again.
I'd probably say the same, yeah. Because I feel like any good songwriter would say that a good song is one that anybody could relate to, no matter what they've gone through. And it's definitely one of those songs where you can, even if you haven't gone through the same experience she has, you go through one similar and you'll still relate to it. You go through one completely different and you still relate to it. So I feel like definitely like it's the definition of perfect song. So I'd say that one.
Yeah. For the one that I think is likely to win, I've put Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift, just from the year she's had is why I think she may actually take home the Grammy. But I'd be happy for any of them to actually win. All their songs are great, but I do strongly feel that Billie Eilish deserves to win all these ones. I really hope she sweeps like that I've predicted in my predictions. But yeah, and then my dark horse for that one is Kill Bill by SZA, because once again she's had an incredible year as well, and a lot of people, it's a pretty critically acclaimed album. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'd love to hear your predictions. You can follow the show on Facebook or leave comments on YouTube. Make sure you rate the show if you like it. It helps to show us in the algorithm. Thanks for joining me, Joja Salvia. You can find his music on Spotify under Joja Salvia. Is there anything else you want to shout out?
You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I also have another, so they're all Joja Salvia, and I also have another TikTok called, it's Colton X Monroe, and that one's more for just random stuff. So ranges from funny to sometimes rap to sometimes just a random video. Just those. If you can follow them, that'd be very great.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I'd love to hear your thoughts. You can also actually find me on YouTube, TikTok, and all that at Benji James Talks, or you can find the Training Again podcast also on TikTok as well, or Instagram, Facebook, anywhere at Training Again Podcast, you'll find us. So yeah, I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.
Well, what a groovy episode that was. Today was really interesting, folks. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe, and don't forget, stay groovy.